ॐ विश्वं दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी तुल्यन्निजान्तर्गतं पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिरिवोद्भूतं यथा निद्रया यस्साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयं तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये। बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्र्यचित्रीकृतं मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महायोगी वयस्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये। तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ शान्तिपाठ। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो हरिष्ठनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। मंत्र। परीक्ष्य लोकान् कर्मचितान् ब्राह्मणः निर्वेदमायान्नास्त्य कृतः कृतेन तद्विज्ञानार्थं स गुरुमेवाभिगच्छेत्। समित्पाणिश्रोत्रियं ब्रह्मनिष्ठम्। So this person, the seeker, approaches the teacher, Samitpani, Upaharapani, Bhashakara says, with certain gift, means the wood, the bunch of dry twigs, etc. Keeping in hand, he approaches the teacher who is Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam, who knows the tradition very well, and who is clear, I am Brahman, non-separate from oneself. Otherwise he cannot teach. If he himself doesn't know that I am Brahman, his words will not carry anything, because inside there is a fibbling going on. He himself is not sure. When you are not sure, these things get reflected in your words. Yeah. So, Brahmanishtam. And his life is a commitment to this knowledge. That's it. That's a Brahmanishta. One cannot discover whether he is Brahmanishta or not. The Jnani definitely cannot discover, but you can definitely see his center of activity is what. So, not any other business or anything. This is just with this. So, Srotriyam Samitpanihi Brahmanishtam Tadvijnanartham. In order to know that, in order to know which gives moksha, because he has already appeared in exam and cleared the exam, and so he knows. So, it's a change in a direction in one's life. Yeah, it's a change in direction. So, you are seeking what you are seeking. The seeking is of freedom continues. But the seeking at really the source. Yeah. Earlier seeking was somewhere else in the world, in material gains. Now he is seeking same thing, happiness, you say, whatever you say, freedom, satisfaction. All this is what we seek. That seeking is, now he understood, the source of satisfaction is oneself. It's not that you have to be satisfied. When you say, Swamiji, I have to be satisfied, that is at the level of mind. When you say, I have to be satisfied, it's at the level of mind. I am satisfaction, it's centered on I. It's a different thing altogether. And that doesn't stay much. Swamiji, anyway, I know I have to be satisfied with what I have. Sometimes it's out of helplessness, you say. No, this is a conviction. The source of satisfaction is oneself. Yeah. Then you become freedom. You get freedom from what? Dissatisfaction. That's a moksha. That is moksha. Freedom from dissatisfaction forever. That's how nasti akrutaha krutena. Akrutaha, which is nityam. Satisfaction comes and goes away. That is at the level of mind. Once you understand the nature of oneself, which is full and complete, that's it. Now you have no more. You don't have a dissatisfaction anymore. That's it. That's a freedom. We want a freedom from all this bondage, dissatisfaction, agitation, fear, forever. So this is how it is. Tadvijnanartham sadgurumeva vigachet. And and then we started discussion. How I am satisfaction, how I am full, how I am happiness, how I am source of security, how I am silence, shanti. This is a process we started yesterday. And then we started with analysis of subject-object. Everything is an object of knowledge. I am the very subject, the knower. Everything is, when you say everything is object of knowledge, that object of knowledge for whom? For I. Then I am knower, definitely. I am knower. But the problem is a object of knowledge is taken as subject. That's a subject-object error. That is the only issue Vedanta addresses, and that is the only issue a human being has. There is no other problem. There is no other problem. If you take yourself as an object, then all issues starts. The issue of actually it's not an issue. Object of knowledge is, suppose, a body. Body is an object of knowledge. And it has it is by nature what? Limited. It's born in time, goes in time. And it has a certain attributes. You may like, you may not like ugliness, etc., like baldness, etc. You may like, you may not like. But there are attributes. But they are there in object. They are not there in I, the subject, who is a knower of the body. But no, I am body. That's the idea. That's simply a notion. Not that I am knower, but I commit a mistake of taking object, the body as a subject, and therefore I have become body. It can never happen. Whatever mistake you do, taking rope as a snake, rope remains rope. It will never become snake. But you, whole life goes in that. Oh, I am this physical body. I am really ugly. Why Bhagavan made me like this? And I am subject to birth and death. Now what should I do in order to get rid of death? In order to at least not get rid of death, but then at least I want to, elongate my life. Because I am subject to death. I am subject to that itself is the error. Could you follow what I am saying? And when you are doing that, you are really not. You are free from that. Then know that. Knowing yourself as a free self, free from birth and death, is freedom. That's called moksha. People think moksha is something, some phenomena, some happening, some crackling sound with the knowledge. More knowledge, etc. occurs, and then this, cracking sound from the bondage occurs in the mind. Crack, crack, crack. And I'm slowly becoming free. Simply getting rid of notion that I am bound. I am bound is purely error. You are free. That is what Vedanta has to say. You are Brahman. It doesn't say you will be. It's an existing fact. A fact has to be known as a fact. What you are really should be known as it is. That's what it is. You cannot change the fact. Whatever mistake you do, when you say I was born, I am right now living, and I'm subject to death, I will be subject to rebirth. Even when you are saying that, you are free from that. You were never born. You were never born. To believe, it's a fact of life. Swamiji, you cannot say. Bhagavan says. Bhagavan says, and therefore we say. Yeah. Natvam neme janadipaha. Nachaiva na bhavishyamaha. Sarve vayam atah param. Arjuna, nobody was not there in the past was not the case. Nobody will not be there in the future will not be the case. Nobody is subject to birth and death. There is no birth and death? No, Swamiji, that's not correct. Everyone experiences birth and death. Yes. That birth and death of I or birth and death of? Then why do I say, well, I am subject to birth and death? Subject, object, error. Correcting the error. If you want to correct the error, the ignorance is the cause of the error. If it is an error pertaining to the self, then the cause must be self-ignorance. And it only goes by self-knowledge. This is the clarity. Yeah. Then his search now is nowhere else in the world. I'm looking for security, right? Because I'm subject to death. Therefore, I'm looking for security. You look outside in a security systems. Security systems makes me secure. Never, sir. Because we are already secure. That is why it is not making. Anything in the world which you look upon as a source of security has not made me secure till today, because those objects itself are subject to insecurity. They are time bound. The whole world is time bound, including money. Lakshmi stoya tarang bhanga chapala vidyut chalam jivitam. Nothing is source of security in this world. Therefore, objects of security do not make me secure. And I am not really interested in objects of security. I am really interested in freedom from insecurity. This is called viveka. So, the goal is objects of security means I have a goal of artha. When I'm interested in when I understand that I'm really interested in a freedom from insecurity, my goal is moksha. Between artha and moksha, now you have discriminated. Really, you are interested in freedom from insecurity, which I am not able to get. Therefore, I am looking for objects of security. This is called Purushartha Viveka. This is what has been told in Sadhan Chatushtaya Sampatti, the very first qualification, Viveka. And when you do this Viveka, automatically Vairagya for material things, etc. arises. The superimposition we were doing, which we call subjective value, on a given thing, looking upon as a source of security, goes away. Still, money holds a value for you, but now you know. And it gives, definitely it sustains body, certain extra comfort, external comfort it gives, not security. That is called dispassion for money. Dispassion doesn't mean disgust. When you are throwing away something, you are throwing away Lakshmi ji. Yeah? Now you can understand the person who has this dispassion, how healthy his mind is. Very objective, not overwhelmed by anything. When you are not overwhelmed in a given situation, we say the person is very objective. Person is really healthy. I mean, mental health. It's a big thing. To get a dispassion in this world is a very, very big affair. Very big affair. It is not available for buying also. It's just if you want to say, well, it's all grace of Ishvara, ultimately. You can get. But anyway, so we were discussing, I am not this physical body. I am not this physical body. Well, it's object of knowledge, I know for sure. Anything I refer to I as with reference to physical body, well, it presupposes the knowledge of my own physical body. Because when I say I am tall, definitely I know my physical body is tall. You know your physical body tall. You know your physical body short, bald, this, that. Your physical body is male body. That knowledge is there. Then only, well, definitely you say I am tall or whatever. Therefore, if you know, in fact, know this physical body, then it is an object of knowledge. The knowledge will not take place if the knower and the object of knowledge are not different. Knower and object of knowledge are different. Knowledge will not take place. Like, suppose in a room there are two people. Both are givers of money. Then the very action of giving is impossible. One has to be a receiver, another has to be a giver. Then only that giving action can happen. Otherwise cannot happen. If both are givers, the giving action is not possible. Could you follow? So here also there should be a subject. There should be a object. Then only knowledge takes place. So knowledge of physical body, if you have, reveals that you, the subject, are distinct from physical body. This is how you have to meditate for 2-3 months initially. Then second step, sense organs and mind together you can take. It's a subtle body. So this is how one has to proceed. And this is how, if you do, you find that, well, I am free. You are free, basically. I am not a limited being. In fact, once you understand you are distinct from physical body, what's your dimension? I really would like to know. I really would like to know. No, Swami, but I am mind, so chota. But you are not mind. We discussed. You are just cognitively, you are understanding that really speaking, perhaps I am with a certain dimension, a limited person. Maybe a mistake. Taking oneself to be a limited person may be a mistake, because as I do this viveka, atmanatma viveka, drigdrishya viveka, etc., I realize that I am basically free from limitations. Therefore, there is a possibility that I may be Brahman. Could you follow? I may be Brahman. Anyway, so I am not physical body, I am not senses. Regarding your senses, you have a good knowledge. Good knowledge means whether they are functioning, not functioning, your eyes, ears, etc. Then only you go to a doctor. Doctor also doesn't say, he doesn't say when you enter into office, don't say anything, I am expert. He asks you. First he asks you what is your complaint. And whatever you say, it's all based on your knowledge about your senses. It's object. Anyway, and then I am not a mind, emotions, etc. also we saw. And then we have to see now a memory further. So the person can say, I am a memory. Well, that also is not true, because I am there to recollect it. If I am there before I recollect, before a certain memory arises, if I am there before that, naturally it proves I am not memory. If I am memory, then I am born with the memory and I am gone with the memory. It doesn't. Memory goes, you are able to say. People do all kinds of things. They take Brahmi and, all. So many. Our doctor is right there. And you say, now, Swamiji, I have regained memory. I am taking daily few almonds. This, that. So it's object. You are very well, you are able to say about your memory. And therefore, before you collected them in form of experiences, you were there. After your collection, and now you are recollecting, you are there. And if you are not able to recollect, still you are there. The person like me is not able to recollect, I told you, right? Names, etc. But I am there. Whether I recollect or not, I am there. I am not memory. That's for sure. Many issues, right? Because the person starts crying also. Swami, I am forgetting everything. Yeah? All subject to sorrow, there is a real problem. What is object? You take it as a subject. That's it. Subject object error, there is no other issue. You are what you are. You are not memory. Anyway, then further. Well, Swami, I am doctor of medicine. I'm mechanical engineer. I'm a physicist. I'm this, I'm that. Knowledge. Before you gathered knowledge, you were there or not? Or you are born with a mechanical engineering knowledge? No one is born. You collected, right? You went to a certain university, this, that, and gathered the knowledge. Before you gathered knowledge, you were there or not? There. And how much you know, also you know very well. Right? How much you know in a given subject, you know very well. You are distinct from the intellect or knowledge. And then, well, Swami, you said regarding something which comes along with the birth, ignorance comes. Therefore, I am ignorant. I am ignorance. You are ignorant, you are saying. So this much knowledge you have that you have ignorance? Yeah. Then how can you say I am ignorant? You are knowledgeable that much that you are ignorant. Therefore, if you are ignorant, even you don't have even this much piece of knowledge that I am ignorant. You know that you are ignorant, that shows you have knowledge also. The ignorance is not your nature. Means what you know, that also you know. What you don't know, that also you know. You are distinct from knowledge and ignorance, both. Then what am I? Well, from one standpoint, I am knowledgeable. From another standpoint, I am ignorant. With respect to the things which you know, you say I am knowledgeable. With respect to the things which you don't know, I say I am ignorant. So really speaking, ignorance knowledge is not your nature. It's a relative introduction of yourself only. So then, well, who is that I? Well, simple. Because of that, I am aware of everything. Well, I am aware of ignorance, I am aware of knowledge, I am aware of the memory, I am aware of the emotions, I am aware of the senses, I am aware of the physical body, I am aware of the world. I am simply, my introduction is, I am knower, awarer, conscious being, knower. And everybody has to say this, I am a knower. You are knower, he is knower, she is knower, everyone is a knower. Even an ant has to say, I am a knower. If I can make her speak, ant, she will say, I'm knower, like that, something like that. You have to give some, this is with a human being, this gift. Otherwise, everywhere it is kaka or something, whatever, a crow. Any expression of his emotion is in form of what? Kaka. That's it. Ant has to say, I am knower. Mosquito is also if aware of mosquito's mind, mosquito's body, mosquito's emotion. They must be having, we don't know, and they are studying everything. Plants have emotion, by the way. That experiments have been already done. Those experiments. So plant is aware of plant mind, maybe so rude, but they looks like they are also aware of the environment. They try to bend towards the light of sun in order to survive. So must be aware of little bit, whatever. They may not have eyes and ears like us. Rudimentary, let us say. What is there? Some subtle body is there. Anyway, so every creature would say what? We have come up to this now. I is knower. Anyway, if all of us, now it's a little serious discussion. If all of us are knower, because everyone say I, and every I is basically a knower. If every one of us are a knower, well, what should be where the differences between you and me exist? I would really like to know. Huh? Body is not I. I as a knower now. Now this I is different, right? I'm knower. I'm not this body. It's object of knowledge. We have done that. Now, between this I and this I, what is the difference? See? Vedanta is about to be proven. Advaita. Where is the difference? All differences between you and exist, not in subject, in object of knowledge. In object, there's a difference in body, difference in senses, sensory power, difference in memory, difference in emotions, difference in knowledge, your area of knowledge, my area of knowledge. Difference in terms of ignorant. You are maybe ignorant of something else, I may be ignorant of something else. Where you have a knowledge, I may be ignorant. Where I am knowledgeable, you may be ignorant. Areas of ignorance are different. Areas of knowledge is different. Memory is different. Senses different. Emotions different. And physical body different. But that is not I. Right? I is what? Knower. Show me the difference between two I's. Any difference at any level you try to show between two real I's now, knower, you will not be able to know. You will not be able to say. Now listen. Thing is, there are two things. There are things which are many, and there are things which are various. We say in puja, Nana vidhani pushpani samarpayami. Nana means many. Vidhani means vividhani, various. Like you have flowers. Many flowers are there in a basket. And there is a variety also. Right? Now variety between two eyes are not there. No variety. You are knower, I am also knower. There is no variety in that. If variety is there, then there is a difference. But could be there are many knowers. Like chair. In a factory they make chairs. All are identical in color, size, and dimension, etc. All are identical. You may not be able to find difference. No, Swamiji, we will find difference. But take it like that. They make certain things in a large scale. Everything looks very similar. So all chairs here are equal in dimension, size, color, etc. and certain design, whatever. So variety is not there in chairs, but there is still manyness. Are there many knowers? This is a question. Really, are there really many knowers? In reality, there are many knowers. You the knower and I the knower is still different, even though I don't find a variety between two eyes. Two eyes. We have to check. As in Sanskrit, in English also, we have the prefixes and suffixes. And using a suffix ly, we generally make an adverb, right? Sufficiently or something like that. Anything. So, we make an adverb by applying a suffix ly. We make a noun by applying a suffix er. So, here we are discussing knower. So, er suffix is added to the root know. So, seer, right? And runner, walker, eater, all. So, why we apply this suffix? In order to make a noun, which is an agent of that given action. Seer means what? One who sees. Eater means one who eats. Runner means one who runs. Same way, knower means one who knows. The individual, I, one who is doing an action of knowing, because there is an object of knowledge. At that time, I know the object. That's an activity on my part. So so this knower means the knower, the individual, is I am aware of something. I am conscious of something. That's how I am called knower. And therefore, suppose this is an object in my hand. With respect to this object, pot, what will you say? I am a seer of the pot. Right? If I keep it aside and keep like this, then you say, I am a seer of your hand. If this also I will put like this, Swami, I am seer of your body. So, basically you are saying seer, etc. with respect to certain object of sight. Suppose no object of sight is there. Suppose. That's our experience in deep sleep state. But right now imagine there is no object of sight. Will you call still yourself as a seer? No. In fact, you say, I don't see anything. Right? I don't see anything. Means you are not a seer at that moment. If you are not a seer, if object of sight is not there, you as a seer is not there, means you are gone. You are gone or you are still there? If you are still there, then who is that I? Who is that I? That's what we have to see. In fact, that I must be a I because of which there is a seer. The seer, well, the object of sight has gone, the seer has resolved. Resolved where? Resolved somewhere else? Or resolved here? Resolved in that basic I. What is that basic I? Seer is what? Conscious being. Then now I am not a seer if object of sight is not there. That seer has resolved where? Consciousness. Could you follow now? If I am not consciousness, basically, in reality, I cannot be seer. Because seer is a conscious being, conscious of certain object. Like when I speak certain words, you are a hearer. When Swami speaks, you are a hearer. When Swami stops speaking, and suppose there is no sound at all, you are not a hearer. Yet you are there. Hearer resolves where? I, consciousness, because of which there is a hearer and because of which hearing takes place. So basically, I am consciousness because of which a seer is there and seeing takes place. Could you follow? So this is the basic I. You are consciousness. This will come and go. Object of hearing sound is there, hearer is there. Consciousness is there. Object of hearing goes away, hearer goes away. Consciousness is there or not? That never goes. I, the consciousness, exist, whether subject object goes away still. Subject means that knower, seer, hearer, etc. Could you follow? Therefore, I now put those things in a little different format so that you can assimilate this a nature of yourself. What is that? Sound is there, consciousness, I is there. I'm not keeping hearer, etc. Because that is, hearer is ultimately, the essence of the hearer is I, the consciousness. I'm keeping away. Sound is there, I, consciousness is there. Sound is not there, I, consciousness is there. Form is there, color, form, etc. is there. Well, I, consciousness is there. Colors, forms are not there, I, consciousness is there. Suppose if I close the eyes, I will not see the forms. I am there or not? I am there. Not as a seer now, but I am still there. Then what is that I? Consciousness. If I just open the eyes, well, same consciousness will appear as what? seer. Could you follow? Same consciousness appears as a seer. Close the eyes, you are no more a seer. Still, and you are there still. What? Consciousness. So this is our waking state. All of us, basically, these are the individuals. Seer, hearer, runner, walker. That's not my reality. Could you follow now? The reality is something distinct. I am consciousness is a reality. In a waking state, I appear as a seer, hearer, etc. Runner, whatever. Eater. Because there are objects pertaining to, respective objects are there. That's a drama going on. So sound is there, consciousness is there. Sound is not, consciousness is. Sound is, consciousness is. If you have understood this, we have really understood the whole thing. I have to now put things in proper order. Take this example. What I have told you, we call it as a logic, Anvaya Vyatireka logic, coexistence, etc. and other thing. So, one is, other is. Sound is, definitely consciousness is. Right? Sound is not, one doesn't exist, still consciousness exists. Then I take the example and try to understand the reality of this. Wave is, water is. Wave is not, water is. This is how it is. Sound is, consciousness is. Sound is not, consciousness is. Wave is, water is. Wave is not, water is. Then in terms of reality, one has a higher reality. One exists. Its existence doesn't depend upon other. Whereas others' existence depend upon this. This is Vedanta. This is Vedanta. Nothing else is Vedanta. The existence of sound is proven in what? Consciousness. Existence of consciousness is proven in what? Existence of consciousness is proven in itself. Right? Existence of consciousness is proven in what? In consciousness. Means consciousness is self-existent. Sound is not self-existent. Sound's existence depends upon existence of consciousness. Or sound's existence is proven in consciousness. Which is not independent in terms of an existence, that we call as a mithya. What exists independently, its existence is on its own, then that is self-existent thing is called real Sat. Now, Swami, consciousness existence is proven. Okay, proven by something. Consciousness. You have to bring consciousness, nothing else. You cannot prove. Consciousness existence is proven by what? Another consciousness, you should say. Consciousness number one. His existence is, there is consciousness, Swami. Okay. Who says that? I am telling you. Who are you? Conscious being. Conscious being proves the existence of consciousness. In fact, first consciousness is not a consciousness, it is an inert thing. Anything which is proven, whose existence is proven by other thing, that thing is basically inert. But anyway, keep it aside if you don't, you may be able to understand, but let us keep it aside. But one thing is sure. So I, the consciousness, and the world, including this ego, the individual, the seer, hearer, etc. The relationship between real I, the consciousness, and rest of the thing are different. That relationship is called Satya Mithya connection, Satya Mithya relationship. where I am basically a self-existent consciousness, whereas the whole world, including the ego, the sense of individuality, seer, hearer, etc., are proven existent in consciousness. Hearer is non-separate from consciousness, seer is non-separate from consciousness, sound is non-separate from consciousness. Am I right? It's so simple to understand. Sound is not without consciousness. Sound is not away from consciousness. Sound is not beyond consciousness. Hearer is not beyond consciousness. Hearer is not without consciousness. Hearer is not besides consciousness. Am I right? And therefore, basically, I, the consciousness, and rest of the thing, the very individual, the very waker, who becomes, depending upon the object, assumes eater and seer, hearer, etc. All is mithya. Please understand. Mithya does not mean zero. Now you have understood. Mithya does not mean zero. Right now I am a talker. You are a listener. Right? It's not zero. So experientially things are there. But in reality they are not. Experiential, waking experience right now. You are seeing me. So you are a seer. I am object of sight. It is there. It's not zero. But when you analyze, you find that they, both of them, the very hearer or the seer and the sight, the object, both are not independent of consciousness. Could you follow? Therefore, while this consciousness is reality of I. What is dimension of consciousness? Now we have to go further, right? We have to see that. What is its dimension? Right now itself you say I am consciousness. I say I am consciousness. You say, Swamiji, we both are consciousness, but your limit of consciousness is here. My limit of consciousness begins from that. If you say so, you are really objectifying consciousness. And consciousness is what? Subject. Over. What is the limit? If this is your reality, you are consciousness, but what is your limit? Could you follow what I'm saying? But Swamiji is still, don't worry, we are going ahead. Person is really searching something very big in life. In any area, anyone wants to become big. 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 The whole world tells you that in a given area you are big. Then you want to become bigger. Want to become bigger. In area of knowledge, I want to become big. In area of money, I want to become big. Musk, another Musk. Please understand, it's your natural desire. We should not really criticize anybody who is trying to show off. He's showing off because there's an innate desire that let the people call me big. Really, honestly. It's a natural desire. No teacher in a school or colleges have taught you should be big. You are born with this desire. You are born with the desire to be big. Vedanta says you are big. That's the thing. If you want to be big, you will be in the process of becoming big. Right? You will be in the process of becoming big. That will never end. We have seen that. Swami, don't say about that now. Okay. That's what we discussed initially. You are big. That big is called Brahman. We will see that. Okay. Still, Swamiji, but we are not convinced. I am big. Okay. Now forget about this sense objects and other things. There is something in the world called space and time. Right? We just discussed with respect to objects. But there is something space and time. What about that, Swami? Say? Same thing. Space is, consciousness is. Can you prove the existence of space without consciousness? Try. Try. Existence of space. Space is. It automatically it is proven consciousness is. Time is. Consciousness is. Space is not. Yeah? Space resolves. You are still there. Time resolves. You are still there. Yeah? So basically space is consciousness, is deep sleep state. Space resolves, time resolves. Still you are there. To prove the absence of space and time, you are very much there. That shows that if you exist in absence of a space and time, even if they resolve and you exist, you are definitely free from the limitations of space and time. Could you follow? If you are within space, when space resolves, you will resolve. You are within the boundaries of time, then time resolves, you will resolve. Like whatever is there on the carpet, right? If you pull the carpet, the things which are there on the carpet automatically gets pulled. So the whole world is also within the carpet of space and time. Right? That is how when space-time resolves, creation also resolves for you. This Jagat resolves for you in deep sleep state. But you exist. In order to prove that there is no world, there is no space, there is no time. Right? In that case, definitely you are free from the limits of space and time. And therefore, and you are very much there. That's how, when in a deep sleep state, very well. So I was there aware of the sleeping state. So I am there as a conscious, I was conscious of the sleeping state in which everything has resolved. And therefore, so sleep is consciousness is, time is consciousness is, time is not consciousness is, space is consciousness is, space is not consciousness is. Very existence of space is proven in consciousness, existence of time is proven in consciousness. The concept of space and time, this scientists say concepts of space and time are proven in consciousness. Nothing is proven outside consciousness. Nothing is proven outside consciousness. Could you follow? And therefore, basically, so space is gone, consciousness is. So, I would like to know now, what is the dimension of a consciousness, I, which exists when even space resolves? What's your dimension? Anything has a dimension in space. All forms have a dimension, right? Means if forms have a certain dimension, that is means it is space bound. In time, in space. If I exist in absence of a space, when even space resolves, then what is the dimension of I? No dimension. I am formless consciousness. Right? Any form, limit of space. If I exist in absence of space, well, what is my form? No form. And therefore, since consciousness I has no form, consciousness is formless, and therefore it has no form to be called this big or that big. It has no height, it has no length, it has no breadth, it has no front, it has no back, it has no left, it has no right, it has no above. Swamiji, why you are saying that? I am answering one question. Swamiji, you said I is not inside and outside. What is that I? Which is formless. Can you say inside now? Can you say outside? Anyway, so it has no below, etc. So there is no form. Aware consciousness I is formless. Therefore, it is called, specially in terms of space, it is limitless. Not limitless in space. Even the very space is proven existent in consciousness. And therefore, consciousness, unless a thing is pervaded by consciousness, it doesn't become any object of knowledge itself. When you are aware of a given thing, means your awareness pervades, your consciousness pervades. Then this thing becomes a object of knowledge. And then you say pot is. Pot is because pot is object of your knowledge. If pot is object of knowledge, means the knowledge or consciousness pervades a given object. Right? It shines in your consciousness. It becomes object of knowledge. And therefore, consciousness basically is specially limitless. Now, still, few things are there. If you are ready for further bombardment, then I can go for 5-10 minutes. Such time is there. Should I go or not? Because I'm talking about your glory. Nobody in the world will say this. Yeah. All your friends, spouse, everyone will say, you are like this, you are like that, you are like that, you are like that. You are. Ultimately, they want to prove you are useless. Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? Anywhere a failure occurs, immediately she is ready. I told you not to keep relationship with that person. I told you not to do that business. You did it now. Face the consequences. This. World is always ready. It is like scratching each other's back. You scratch my back and then I say, if you don't praise me, I will stop praising you. The world is like this. Shruti is a mata, mother. Mother always praises a child. Kuputro jayeta. Right? Kuputro jayeta, kvachidapi kumata na bhavati. I am sorry. Kvachidapi kumata na bhavati. For a mother, child is always best. My child is always best. Whoever goes to complain, right, regarding, oh, your child is doing this, that, she will not agree. She is telling you, Shruti Mata is telling you, you are limitless. You are what you are seeking in your life. Yeah. Even physically, let me tell you, physically you want to become limitless. It's height of foolishness. One wants to. Really. And there is nothing really to joke. There is an innate desire. At every level, wherever I am calling, wherever my eye senses, that I want to make big. Emotion-wise, well, Swami, my compassion is infinite. My kindness is infinite. My love is infinite. My knowledge is infinite. My memory is infinite. My physical strength is infinite. Wherever you have an eye sense, that I you want limitless. That shows limitless must be your nature. Otherwise you will not love limitlessness. It must be your nature. But because of certain mistake, the subject-object error, you are taking the object which is very limited as the subject. That's an error occurring here due to ignorance, and that is how now you want to get rid of it. Yeah. Right? Okay, we have enough in the evening also, we can discuss further. Right? I will discuss. Or you want 5 minutes more? Okay. So, now look at this way. Space is I, the consciousness is. And moon is I, the consciousness is. I am asking a simple question. What is the distance between the space and I, consciousness? No distance. What is the distance between moon, which is in consciousness? Because I say moon is, means moon consciousness is. So what is the distance between the moon in consciousness and consciousness? Even if you say there is a distance, distant in terms of space. Right? You say I am here. Itself is a big mistake. All 2 classes have gone in vain. I am here. Over. I am here. Over. This is I. I have to start subject, object. The people who are not appreciating what I am saying, their I is still sitting here. When I said space is in your consciousness, you are thinking space is here, inside? Means this is I. There is nothing wrong. I will tell you, it will come, it's a orientation. Purely orientation. The old habit. Habit doesn't go like that. Habit will not go like, it's a whole entrenched habit of taking the body as a self from beginningless time, because the ignorance of the self also is beginningless, anadi. Therefore, the notion that I am the body also is anadi, beginningless. Therefore, taking body as a self right in the class, even after discussion, is very obvious. But this you can understand now. Space, there is no distance between the space and I, the consciousness. That's how I keep repeating. There is no distance between the moon, which is in space, and the consciousness. Because the very space is in consciousness. There is no distance between the moon and the space, let us say that way. There is no distance between the moon and the space. And there is no distance between moon in space and consciousness. Clear? Moon in space, okay. What is the distance between space and you, the consciousness? No distance. What is the distance between moon and space? No distance. Now, so what is the distance between moon in space and you, the consciousness? No distance. Clear? What is the distance between sun and you, consciousness? No. You say again in space, no distance. Mountain, no distance. Plants, right? Plants, so they exist in space. The very space exists in consciousness. So plants along with the space exist in consciousness. Whole world, which exists in space, world along with the space and time, exist in what? Consciousness. What is the distance between you, the consciousness, and the world? No distance. That's so I, the consciousness, pervade everything. Then I want to see whether it is pervading this or not, like X-rays or something. Then again you are trying to objectify. You have to appreciate this cognitively. I am the consciousness in which the whole world, along with the time and space, exist. So world is, consciousness is, right? Space is, consciousness is, time is, consciousness is, a given object is, consciousness is. So the whole world is, consciousness is. World resolves, consciousness is. Limitless consciousness is. Limitless consciousness is. I, the limitless consciousness, is. So the world becomes mithya. Brahma satyam, jagan mithya. Swami, you have not proven still Brahman. Limitless consciousness. Still some part is left. I have kept it for evening. So, this is Vedanta. Nothing exists apart from you. Nothing exists separate from you. Nothing can prove existent without you, the consciousness. Nothing can be proven exist, including your body, mind, everything. Body is consciousnesses. Mind is consciousnesses. Memory is consciousnesses. Thought is consciousnesses. Etc. Swami, enough. Go. Okay. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.